but we have no audience to speak of. So, it is what it is. Doing things a little bit differently. We're not going to be streaming, so we have no audience to talk to and communicate with. We're just vlogging the supernatural investigation.
As you do. This is now an investigation campaign.
It is.
Always has been.
Well, for some of you. For the rest of you, it's just been the world's weirdest Diablo dungeon. Well,
Yeah,
yes,
I know,
as Raleigh affectionately put it, welcome back to Abomination Vaults Season 3, now with pretty little gifs when people talk, and a lot better screen real estate. Because I have consolidated a bunch of it and learned many new tricks. Just want to take advantage of that real quick. Just off the top of my head, a hero point for anyone who has not got one.
I thought you stopped doing the hero point for anyone who hasn't got one.
Did I?
I thought when you
Yeah,
changed it to the D10 plus 10, you stopped doing that.
That's fair.
I'm not going to complain about free hero points.
We're gonna do a free hero point this time. As well as that, wanted to run things by you. Instead of rolling a D10 plus 10, how do you guys feel about a hero point just immediately giving you 10 extra points?
Just adding 10 to your roll?
Yep. Whatever you rolled, add a 10.
That seems straight up beneficial for us, so yes.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright.
Anything we rolled?
A D20 roll.
Yeah. Okay, but
not
like,
a damage roll.
can this go above the cap of a standard D20?
What do you mean?
Like,
You just
say
add
you
10
rolled an
to
18.
the, total.
Say you rolled an 18 and you add is that an additional 10 onto that, or is it cap at the normal 20? Okay.
Gideon has a plus 5 to hit. He rolls a 15 plus 5, that's 20. Uses a hero point, it goes up to 30.
Oh, I get a lot more than plus 5 to hit. At least if it's first strike.
I'm going to be walloped the first moment stray as a villain point.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got bad news. Regardless, you guys good with that? Because I am a flighty bitch with my hero points and I can't settle on a good use. But after painfully going back and rewatching and seeing that basically nobody ever rolled the hero point correctly the first time, why don't we just make it a flat plus 10 to whatever you roll?
Works for me.
Very well. Let's go ahead and start the recap real quick. I'm going to be careful about how much information I give out. So to begin with, to give you guys a little bit of guidance, that way we're not floundering for a little bit, I'm going to list a topic and we'll just go down the line and you guys can discuss what you know about the topic. Sound good?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. To start off, tell me about Belcora.
She's a witch.
She used Wolfcrone with a burning vengeance and fashion.
Pretty
From
sure
a
it's 'cause they
family of
persecuted
wild
her.
mages that were tossed out of Wolfcrone.
And she's harbored resentment towards them ever since.
She also created the Abomination Bolts because of this.
Zilly, what you got for me?
I was gonna say she created the Abomination Vaults, but then he took it. Hold on, I was trying to find my notes again. There we go. Alright, what we got? She was exiled from the Burning of the Rose when the Wild Mages were left. Or Belcora's family was exiled with her. She was 7. She lost her mother and her father, and arrived on the shores of Otari with the remnants of what family she had left. She swore revenge. And Ziri has been having dreams, apparently, from the point of view of Belcora. So she is pretty confused about that. There's also Belcoras from a family of nobles from Wolfcrone. They rose from nothing to power. They used to be experimented on by the mages, and once receiving the power, turned it to helping others. They were researchers for aberrant minds and were at the forefront of helping the less fortunate. And let's see here. The Abomination Vaults was Belcora's true secret of the Gauntlet. And yep, that's what I got here.
So I also point this out because no one has yet. She was supposedly killed by the Rose Guard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, she was killed.
Very good. I'm very happy with that. Very proud. Thank you, Zoe. Next up, tell me about Tavus.
I like him. He's a good boy. He also
He's-
followed me to the Abomination Vaults and was a big help.
He's the black sheep of Otari, though he gets along well with, I can't remember her name.
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Thank you. Not outright stated, but hints that he was supposed to be. Something was supposed to be different about who he is, but as it stands right now, he and Esmeralda were working together to try to steal the Sun Sword, if I recall correctly.
I'm sorry, you said he's the black sheep of what?
Tari.
Otari.
Okay.
Otari. Okay.
The town, not the person.
The town doesn't like him. Esmeralda likes him, but in general, he's not seen in the best light.
Yes.
Right,
I believe
he's
Tobias
involved-
and Gideon are both not in their correct roles, according to
He's
some
involved
of
in.
the enemies we've seen so far. Actually,
Alright.
Gideon's just not supposed to be here at all. I think
Yeah.
Tobias is.
So he's involved in something that's going on behind the scenes in the town. We're not super clear on that unless that was the stealing of the Sun Sword. But we know there's been some kind of plot line going on in the background, but he might be tied to the smuggling that's going in around the Gauntlet weapons, but we don't have that for sure.
I love all of this, but very quickly, can anyone tell me why the town doesn't like him?
He has the rightful claim to the Sun Sword, according to him. He's also just kind of a dick. He has had multiple occasions where he has had direct fights with the mayor and regarding the Rose Guard as a whole.
He is also
More
a
specific than
well-known
that.
member of the Thieves Guild.
We knew he
Esmeralda
worked with
being
Esmeralda.
the Thieves Guild leader.
Yes. I did not know if that was confirmed or not.
Pretty sure it was, but if not, it is now. Esmeralda is the head of the Thieves Guild, and I believe she tasked you, Gideon, with finding some of the lost Thieves Guild members. The Osprey
Yes.
Guild, as they are called, the least kept secret in the town.
Yep, I've got one of them.
Tell me about Ren.
I'll leave that to Rally.
Same.
Well, Rin is the owner of the local magic shop. She's gone around and collected things, and since she has too many things, she's selling them out of the town before she moves on. She's quite connected to the stars, commonly being able to read the future through them, what she sees from them. She was one of the first to notice issues ongoing with the Gauntlet, but did not want to enter herself due to having extreme claustrophobia tied to some of the events of her past.
Only correction I'm going to make is that she's not the owner of the local magic shop because that guy's a dick.
That
But
is
she's
not
the owner
magic
of
shop.
a local
That is a
magic shop.
bookstore, which is hilarious because this keeps happening to him. That man is not a wizard. He owns a bookstore in a strangely
cast some spells.
I
wizard-shaped...
saw him cast the spell. He's a wizard.
She's very eccentric and bubbly.
Yeah, very nice. Very friendly to those around her.
Alright, and what did we find out about Rin last time?
Oh, yeah, she's been taken to the Gauntlet,
Mm-hmm.
and we're in pursuit.
That's why we're here.
Rin is currently bleeding and unconscious, that Cezanne knows because of his status spell.
Yes. The Lover's Lace item.
Why don't you tell us about the Lover's Lace, rather?
It's an item given to Cezanne by Rin that lets both
Never mind, get out of the way. Gideon, why don't you tell us what a Lover's Lace means?
When a character likes another character very, very much. It's a sign of affection between two people. It can be used as a healing item, but more importantly, it lets you know the status of the other person as long as they are wearing it.
and vice
Which is
versa.
the reason right now that Cezanne can know exactly what condition Rin is in.
Very well, we'll move right along then. Tell me about Joseph Minhems.
The mayor, who seems he loves Otari very much. He seems like he's doing his best, but it also seems like his best just ain't good enough sometimes. But we feel for him, and he's the one that hired us to look into the Gauntlet. So, once again, for the third time, this has clearly gone beyond our pay grade.
I'm gonna say you feel for him. I feel like he could be doing a better job.
Eccentric lover of the Rose Guard keeps a museum dedicated to them
In his
up in
house,
his
no less.
mansion.
In his house.
He also has a daughter who's recently been under the
Absconded?
effects of a cursed item.
Oh, the other daughter, right.
It was a
Yeah.
The
cursed
other daughter.
ruby that was found in her stuffed griffin. It has the outcast curse from a hag bloodline. That curse drives someone to be an outcast. Nothing they can do will ever satisfy anyone, and everyone regards them as less. It's a strong curse that removes you from society.
Just like me, for real, for real.
That
Very
is
good.
Doriana and Hens.
You are missing one thing, though. He is Joseph Minhems. Tell me about the Minhems name.
The Minhen's name. Great, that is one of the Rose Guard. That was the cleric from the original Rose Guard.
Correct. That is his claim to fame.
He's what now?
He is a
Descendant of
Minhems.
the cleric of the Rose Guard, I believe.
Yes, the notable names from the Rose Guard so far are Tari, which was the thief, and Minhems, which was Esvina Minhems, the cleric.
We've gone the name. Didn't we get the name of the caster at one point too?
Sarmathian?
There you go. That's dead on. One last thing I will point out, on top of Joseph Minhems being your primary patron, he's been paying you as you bring him reports and such, doing his best to pay you. You did see him leap to the defense of the town in armor and sword at least once. More than that, he runs the local logging company, and he's more of a business owner, entrepreneur, than a politician. But he is one of the wealthier folks of the town.
Moreover, I think he was wielding the actual Sun Sword.
Remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen.
I mean, he was wielding it. We identified it, but
We
Tell me
don't know that. It
about
looks like the Sun Sword.
Esmeralda
I could feel the
Minhems.
magic coming off it.
Tell me about Esmeralda Minhems.
Esmeralda's the owner of the local Thieves Guild.
That's it.
Someone else can talk about this character. I don't know why this one's
Alright.
falling to me.
Aside from the owner of the local thieves guild, she is another daughter of Joseph Menhems. She is the more estranged child. She also runs the local bar fishery. Of course, that's mostly a front. He also leads the Osprey.
And she and Tavius are seen together often.
Yes.
On at least 3 occasions now.
She also, notably to Wesk, has a bunch of what?
Guns.
Correct.
She got guns.
She does have guns, gadgets, and gizmos from where?
It's from Zealandia, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Tell me about Doriana Menhems.
We kind of went over her earlier, but Ziri's got the notes. But she's also currently taking notes, so...
That's the mayor's daughter that, like I said, she was having some, was it nightmares that she was having?
Correct.
And Ziri, being a doctor, went to go and try to fix it and discovered the cursed ruby that was in her stuffed griffin and ended up being able to coax her into allowing her to remove it so that hopefully she's not cursed any longer.
Does anyone remember what sort of nightmares she was having?
Was it...
She was seeing visions in her dreams.
Was she dreaming of Belcora or no?
No. Doriana is currently suffering from nightmares, from which someone she calls the Motley Man is protecting her. They go on strange and terrible adventures together, but the Motley Man is there each night to protect her. Can anyone tell me anything else about the Motley Man?
Sure can't. First time I've heard that one.
Yeah, it was said in passing, and I don't take good notes to begin with.
You guys were not told much about the Motley Man. The important thing is that the Motley Man is in Doriana's dreams.
Yeah. He wasn't the one carrying the lantern, was he?
We don't know who the one carrying a lantern was. We lost him.
Correct. The Motley Man is in Doriana's dreams. I think you are talking about the creature or person that was also
red cloak.
last seen with Lasda. Can anyone tell me about Lasda?
Yes, he disappeared a very long time ago. He is the daughter of Brenda Vankerville.
The daughter?
Son. He is the daughter.
Hey man.
He's
Look,
the,
we don't put that much
he's
emphasis
the
on
son of
labels here.
whom?
Brenda Vankerville. She's the innkeep.
Oh, yes.
Very nice lady. He disappeared 6 years ago?
1 year ago.
1 year ago. I've got more specific notes somewhere in here, so
Yeah,
I'm working from memory.
I recall he often ventured out on the fog fin.
Yes, and he was last seen with a man with a lantern.
Correct.
And
Man with a lantern, you said?
Yes.
there was
That's
a
when we followed the
lantern.
man with the lantern into
It was
the
a red
fog.
cloak too, wasn't it?
Yes. It was
Yes.
a red-cloaked man with a lantern. I believe you have seen the red-cloaked man in the fog fin yourself.
You have seen a red cloaked man that was
Yeah,
gone.
yes.
You have
Attempted
also
to
seen a
the,
red cloaked man
Chase
with a
him
lantern.
down.
Hello?
The fog fen. That is the only place I have seen him. Yes.
Well,
I believe we also saw him once in the Gauntlet, but I'm not
Yes.
sure Gideon actually saw that.
Yeah.
uh,
I think it was just
it was just
Suzanne and
Cezanne who
Siri.
did not tell anyone what was going on and ran after him into the hall.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did watch that episode.
That was the mirrors, right?
That was the
No,
painting.
that was not the mirrors.
Painting. Right.
The painting
That's when-
where a creature crawled out and you one-shot Ziri.
Siri, yes. I was about to say that's when Gideon did a good job of cleaving Siri.
But yes, Lasda is the missing son of Brenda Vinkervale, who is on the screen right now. Brenda Vinkervale runs the Rowdy Rockfish. We're just gonna kind of keep on keeping on. We've also got Vandy Banderdash, the
Oh, good old Vandy.
halfling cleric of Sarenrae, and the head of the Dawnflower Library. Can anyone tell me a little
He
bit?
enjoys smut.
Couldn't even wait for
Right
it
out
to
the
finish.
gate.
Okay, character description done. On
Yep.
to the next one.
Very good. Nothing else matters. So you've got
No, no.
that locked in.
How do you spell her name?
Vandy.
And then Banderdash. Exactly as
I
you
will
spelled.
post it to chat.
She's the what at the what? What's her
She's the
job
head-
title?
The head priestess.
Head priestess of the
Dawnflower Library.
Dawnflower Library. Okay.
The devotee
She
of
enjoys
Sarenrae, she welcomes
smut.
all
Notes
religions.
done.
Very good.
Or that.
Glad that this is the only notes that we need.
We got more notes, but it's all theory needs.
Very well. And lastly, we'll run through the Rose Guard one by one. Can anyone tell me anything of note about Vol Alindial?
Didn't know the last name before now. Warrior of Noble Blood is what I've got.
Correct. Vol claimed to be nobility from a faraway country and wielded what relic?
Sunsword.
Sunsword.
Correct. Can anyone tell me about Mesfina Minhems?
Yes, that was the cleric of the Rose Guard. She wore the Hunter's Brooch, which is something that I believe Wesk has been looking for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone tell me about Zarmavdian? No last name.
Yes, that was the wizard, very into the occult. He went into the Gauntlet, or not the Gauntlet, but he originally went to Belcora seeking lots of knowledge. One of his spellbooks, Thresholds of Truth, is in Odd Stories.
Correct. And lastly, can anyone tell me about the infamous Otari Ilvashti?
Ilvashti. Oh, I've got 3 out of 4 last names now. Anyone else want to take this one, or should I just get my notes too as soon as I finish writing this down?
will be
Otari
back in one
Al-Vashti
moment.
was the rogue of the Rose Guard, right?
Correct.
Doesn't died in the
And
final
he-
encounter with Belcora.
He died by falling into a pit, if I recall correctly.
Correct.
He lost his footing when that big pit in the first area opened up, and they named the town after him in honor. In his honor.
Nobody has ever been recovered, and he did have a lockpick that was said to be able to open any lock, which was never
Yep.
was a
Correct.
gift from a friend.
Good job, Yuri. Alright. That's all of the major NPCs. We've got 2 ways of handling this next one. Do you guys want to recap the story recently, or do you wish to try and start from the beginning and sort of conglomerate any clues you might have? So in other words, do you want to summarize a story progression, or do you just want to throw out some wild theories 13 Sentinel style?
That's a solid question. I don't know how much I'm going to remember from the beginning of this campaign, because that was like 2 years ago.
Well, it all began with us fighting some rats.
Like
We had
always.
another member of the party back then, I think.
Correct.
Yeah, he was some guy. I believe he's now involved.
Raver
with
is
school
now
teacher.
a
I don't like to
school
talk about it.
teacher, trying to start his own shop in Otari called the Atelier Noir.
Some of the school teachers not important. just going to delete those notes.
We encountered some kobolds as we learned that they had been pushed out of their floor of the gauntlet, as it seems, this is going more into theory speculation territory, but it seems that things are generally being pushed upwards in the gauntlet.
Dungeon meshy style.
Oh.
Alright, since we're kind of struggling here and losing the thread a little bit,
Mhm.
I will go ahead and just real quick fire off some quick stuff. Let's see. You guys know about Sun Sword? You guys know about Doriana's dreams? You know about Ren's kidnapping? Ziri often being mistaken for Belcora. Gideon's fatelessness. About the Book of Whispering Reeds.
Yeah. The real MVP.
Which is always how you want your mage to describe an obviously evil book.
Yes, a book written about Nimbeloff.
And this is
Let me go into my
knowledge that
inventory.
nobody other mages have.
Inventory.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
just-
I'll let you read the item description.
Alright, so. This
The
hefty
Whispering
tome
Reeds Smut Edition.
was compiled
Because you hit it
centuries.
inside.
We haven't gotten
I
there
believe-
yet straight.
Let me write this down. It's hidden inside of a Dragon Heat 3 Dragon Heat's Revenge.
Yes. So the Whispering Reeds Smut Edition is a hefty tome compiled centuries ago by an anonymous author who sought to collect all parables, myths, stories, and encounters with the outer goddess Nimbeloth. According to the introduction, the author's original intent was to create a work that foes of the Empty Death could use in their fight against her influence. It is a book that apparently Cezanne thinks is bad news, and Ziri is quite interested in, and has saved their ass. So I think Ziri is the one that's in the right there. It's not that bad. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
Nothing bad has ever come from staring directly into the abyss.
I mean, he's not wrong.
It just
That
looks
is a
back
fact.
at you. You just gotta learn to maintain eye contact. I know it's awkward.
Look at it out
but-
of your periphery. Come on, don't be a bitch.
Siri has chosen to stare at the abyss and hope it blinks.
Very well. As well as this, you guys dealt with the werewolf Jarl Mesman. That was a
We sure
fun
did deal with them.
feat.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
You
There
guys
is
also
no body.
discovered The Abomination Vaults has 10 floors, I believe. You found the Abomination Vaults blueprints. Siri read them. And the teleportation circles that are interspersed between. That is an ancient and powerful magic, not available outside of the Gauntlets. Teleportation is an extremely potent magic. You guys also found the namesake of the campaign. The Gauntlet is the top part, but deeper below there is something called the Abomination Vaults, which is Belcora's actual secrets. Real quick, I'm going to fire off this last little bit, and then we'll be good to go. Ziri and Cezanne have both had strange dreams about a pale woman. Esmeralda loves Ceylondian machinery, and this one's for you, Wesk. You discovered a Dracolisk under the old tavern that you have not dealt with yet, and it has somehow tunneled its way to floor 3 of the Gauntlet.
That was a fun wake-up call.
Very well. That's the end of my 3 pages of summary notes. Does anyone else have anything they would like to add?
Hold up one sec, now that I'm done
Um,
writing.
Is Gax isn't alive right now, is he?
Gax
He's-
is alive as
he's
of
being
last
incubated?
session.
Oh, nice. We have incubated Gex successfully.
Actually discussed that.
No, I don't want to revisit it. It was traumatizing.
Some unknown force tried to, in your fight against Volluk, you discovered Belcor's apprentice, who had transmogrified himself into something called a worm that walks, a sentient mass of bugs that move together. He tried to cast some sort of spell on Ziri, apparently suffered some sort of backlash. Ziri exploded with power, instantly resurrected Gax, and proceeded to essentially get hasted for multiple rounds back to back. You guys dealt a significant blow to Volluk, who went, "Fuck this," mind-controlled your zombie owlbear Chuck, and fled the room. Gideon pursued into a room that you guys had not explored yet, whereupon a poltergeist greeted you, and the bodies around you surged to life.
Wait. The bodies surged to life after I gave them a speech to help fight back against the mass of bugs.
That's
Don't
weird.
take
That's
this from
not
me.
how I remember that.
Don't take this from me. This is the only
People
time
throwing
I've been
warriors.
able to use
This was like a
charisma the
thing.
whole campaign.
Anyway. I would like
That's actually
everyone to
pretty
roll
tough.
initiative, please.
Oh boy. It's been a hot minute.
Cool.
Hold on. Oh,
Cool.
get out of here.
Roll the button.
Vacuum
Hang on.
cord.
Thanks, Combat Carousel. Thanks, 2. Well, gotta head out.
Why am I first?
You literally have all of the initiative bonuses.
As
Why are you
well as
complaining?
that.
This is what you wanted.
I will point out, I rolled a nat 20 on the Poltergeist initiative last time, but in order to keep things fair, I just decided to re-roll everyone's initiatives, but I am going to do something for the Poltergeist, as it is now... There we go. Gideon, you saw
Can
a
I still
spirit
see it?
surge. No. Surge out of the hole in the ground where Volluk just disappeared down into this chute that I believe only you can see. Nope, Ziri can see it too. Volluk disappeared down whatever this chute was before the spirit leapt out at you and the skeletons around the room began to...
Man, I don't remember this. I am so lost. Okay,
Well-
okay, it's fine. We got this. So Chuck is mind controlled right now, right?
Right now he is stunned because I think something happened. Chuck will be yours on your turn, but other than that, he's still reeling, so he'll only get one of his normal actions.
If I can
Uh,
we add one thing. We chased Rin all the way down here, and she was quickly descending through the godlight. We could not go through this area over here because it was locked off by force fields. So we were looking for a way down. That's why we barged into this room. That's where we found Volluk, and I chased him over to the chute. The chute looks like the only way down.
Very well.
some things were. Oh,
We will begin with your turn, Cezanne.
Okay, what do I know about what's going on?
Immediately declared, but the men of Wolfcrone should rush to your aid against this witch. And also define what you mean by what do you mean, what do you know about what's going on?
With Gideon.
The spirit,
hold on. He
or
walked away for a moment.
Yeah,
you do
that
not
whole
have
thing
eyesight on spirit.
right. I figured. But I did see
What did I miss?
Volluk
Gideon
run
and
that way,
Volluk
right?
ran this way, and that's all you've got.
So I will move. And I still don't see anything.
Correct.
Gideon? Where'd he go?
Can I hear him?
Oh, yes. You can hear Cezanne, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. Right through the door. Watch out for the trapdoor.
Oh. That, I'll move up to him.
Chuck is
And-
going into the wall now.
Not seeing
I'll miss him.
anything of immediate danger. I'll guess I'll look at the trap door.
Okay. Any perception check. Alright, Cezanne, you can tell that this is definitely a chute. Perhaps a disposal chute. It plummets into a darkness that you cannot see the bottom of, and it is quite steep.
Wait. They're just gonna bark. They're just gonna bark.
This is the way
Yes.
down, though I'm not sure how safe it would be. You still have your climbing tools, right?
Are you talking to Gideon?
Yeah.
He stepped away.
Good old doggos.
He's coming back.
But yeah, not seeing any immediate danger. I'll end my turn.
Alright. Rescuer up.
Alright, I'm gonna follow and peering down into the void. First things first, do you need me to roll perception as well, or is it a general I can see the same
You have
thing
dark
that
vision, you can see into the pit. It descends steeply, but it curves out of sight.
Okay, from what I can see on the map, and correct me if I'm wrong, are these like stones in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, old stones, broken tools, and bones.
Wesk is going to grab a particularly, like, more heavy-looking one and tie it around the end of his rope before dropping it down the pit to see when holding the other end, lowering it to see when the rope goes slack.
How much rope you got?
50 feet.
You do not hit the bottom.
Oh, this is seriously dangerous. He'll start pulling the rope back up. That's at least 50 feet.
I'm going to say that's 1 to stride, 1 to interact with the rope, and another to lower it. That's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Very well. Wesk, as you begin to retrieve your rope, the stones around you rattle to life.
I swear I was only borrowing it.
Huh? I know what time it needs.
And we are going to... Yes. There we go. I need everyone to please give me a will save, if you would.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna say those are the ones I'm good at, and then I realized saying that would be a bad thing, so I just let it roll.
Well, turns out we're all pretty good at will today.
Very well. Those are some excellent rolls to come back to. As
We've
you each
about McFucking had it, sorry.
watch as a terrible specter comes back into view. A lanky, translucent humanoid. Vaguely feminine in shape. Rocks hover and levitate, rattling in mid-air, answering her call. 4. Make. That is 1. That is 2. That is 3. That is 4. It's your AC Wesk 23. Points of bludgeoning damage. Gideon's AC is 23.
Also 23.
Cezanne's AC is 19. 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and Ziri's AC is 20. Very nice. Lucky. The creature before you springs back into view as the rocks in the room seem to answer her call before she lets out a hideous wail and a shriek, sending a streak of debris flying at all of you. Gideon, luckily, your armor blunts most of the damage. Everyone else not exactly wearing metal, and the rocks slam into your bodies pretty painfully. Ziri, you're up.
Alright. Oh, I wish I had more of these spells.
The Eternal Caster Conundrum.
Correct. Thought you were complaining about having too many spells.
Well, I need more charges on the spells.
There you go.
There it is.
I need less spells and more charges.
Have you tried Sorcerer?
Okay, let's... What does this guy do again? What's his... But this... Living creatures, that's not what I want. Don't lick me, please. Okay. If I wanted to use my electric arc, how do I multi-target again?
Hit Shift T over your target.
Shift T. Okay.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Two 9s. That is a fail. Roll your damage. They will take full damage from both. They will each take 8 points of damage. The spirit in front of you, seemingly a little less affected, however. Fury conjured a pale green rune in her hand.
You know what comes next, right?
Is it shield?
Good old shield. Nothing
I
beats
love
that.
you, shield.
She's a caster already. They grow up so fast.
A tiny bubble that surrounds both you and Gax, happy that your small bat buddy is back as he nestles closer under the protective barrier.
I don't think I have Pf2e anymore, do I? Or wait, would that be one of his skills? Oh, that's his skill. Okay.
Technically don't have any skills because you're not a witch, but I have been kind enough to let you carry over Gax.
Oh yeah, that's very nice.
Alright, fair enough. Susanna will say, because of your inspiring speech, most of these enemies are going to be stunned 1 on their turn. As they shuffle forward, kind of unsure of what you're saying, but nevertheless they do recover and begin to meander their way forward towards your party. Gideon, you are now up.
Oh boy. Gideon, after looking down the shaft, after the drow he just saw,
Not a drow.
Luke. Not a drow?
No.
It was once a drow. It's now bugs.
That man is a swarm that walks, my guy.
Ah, great. Great.
He looked a little like this. Humanoid creature made out of...
Yeah, not a drow.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
I forget, can undead take mental damage or no?
Mindless undead, no.
Okay. How do you know if they're mindless?
A recall knowledge check.
Okay.
On that note, is recall knowledge still a free action?
Your first recall knowledge on an enemy is a free action when you first spot them.
Gideon whirling around and now seeing a ghost that flings objects around. We'll check to see what he knows about ghosts that do that.
A religion check.
Religion. Sick. My favorite.
It should be somebody's favorite.
It's not mine.
Gideon, you've heard legends about poltergeists. You know them in name, but you do not know anything about their weaknesses or what their strengths are. All you know is it's a type of spirit that flings items.
But I know it's a poltergeist. Good enough. Watching out for bludgeoning damage. First action. Question. I would like to tumble through. Can I tumble through Sazan and the creature? Because I should be able to pass through Sazan, correct?
Correct. Sazan does. You cannot end on Sazan's space, but you can pass through it without problem.
Okay. I would like to do that. And tumble through would be acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Do I have a thing?
I can post the skill if you want to see it and use it.
Is there oh, never mind.
I was just gonna
Just
put
an
it on my
acrobatics
bar.
check, or that.
I just have like that on my. Ooh.
Impressive. Somehow, Gideon, you do beat its reflex DC. You may tumble through.
Yeah!
So this is going to be 5, that's going to be 15, 20, and that's the end of your move speed. So that's one action to
Yep.
tumble.
Perfect. That's all I needed.
Gideon proceeds to brush past you This is on as you watch as he hits the doorway just as the creature draws his attention, and he slips to one side, ducking and weaving underneath it as various pebbles and rocks fly forward, batting away a large, sharp piece of scrap iron before appearing on the other side of this thing.
Perfect. Gideon will now attempt to knock this thing down.
Alright, go for it.
With his shiny new sword. He doesn't know what it does.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Can I ask if that was only a hit because of off guard?
You may not. You do not know anything about this thing's weaknesses.
Understood. Fair enough. Well, let's roll the trip. Oh, I did have tumble through on my bar. Interesting. But I don't have trip. Go fucking figure. What is trip? Straight athletics?
Yes.
Why did I not have these on my bar? Oh, because there is one.
Although I will say, since this thing is incorporeal, you cannot trip.
That would have been cool to know. Chalk that up to not knowing much about poltergeists, I guess.
Correct. Your sword does find purchase in whatever material makes up this creature's body, but it does not snag on anything, and it does not seem to have a physical presence that you can touch yourself. Seems the magic in your sword cutting through it, but not able to letting you follow up with a sweep and a grab. Your own foot passing through it.
The sword goes through it. The sword doesn't go through it, but I do.
I believe that's the end of your turn, as
That will be.
the creature does lose its stun as it sort of comes to before it begins to surround you, Ziri. This thing strides forward, menacingly flanking you with its body. That is a hit because you are off
Only because
guard.
of off guard.
Wait, what makes me off guard? Because they're flanking
You
me?
have one on either
Yes.
side.
Yeah, one on either side of you.
And you are going to take 9 points of damage. Would you like to shield block that?
Yes.
What is your shield's hardness? I forget.
They get upgraded at 5.
It is. It has a hardness of 10. Very well, you take no damage as your shield holds. As this thing leaps forward, snapping its skeletal jaws at you, and is blocked about a good 6 inches from your face, unable to penetrate your magical barrier. Alright, however, it does wane after a single use, regardless if it breaks or not. This thing is going to immediately try to follow it up with a secondary attack. Multi-attack penalty. Absolutely not, as it seems disoriented from its attempts to stumble forward towards you. Let's see. Actually, no, that's not how I thought that worked at all. Let's see. Very well. This thing stumbled towards you, Gideon, and it is going to do much the same thing as it did to you as your first one jaw strike towards you. As it attempts to bite through your armor. That is barely a hit. Let's go. It's going to be 13 points of piercing damage as this thing lunges forward, catching you as all of your attention is focused on this poltergeist before it is going to follow up with a...
Isn't it already used all its actions? It was stun one.
You're absolutely right. Good job. As the last one stands and begins to well up some sort of energy, I need Ziri and Gideon. Please give me a fortitude save.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll for him because he stepped away to pull food out of the oven. My headset wasn't as long as I thought it was. I just gave myself whiplash. Alright, fortitude.
Maybe you should not roll for Gideon.
Well.
So you watch as a pale blue light that you've kind of grown accustomed to coming from the gauntlet wells up out of this creature and explodes in a beam. You throw your arms up to shield yourself before looking to see that Gideon is just being dogpiled on all sides, and it strikes him in the back as he takes a necrotic amount of damage. Before this thing looks quite empowered by it.
I need to roll real bad for you.
Zahn, you are up.
Spotting the poltergeist by the sheer amount of rocks that have just been hurled into me, I would like to try and quickly recall anything that I might know about such a creature.
Recall knowledge check. Religion, please.
I would have it no other way.
Recall knowledge did get updated, by the way. I will go ahead and give you guys this. Because they did finally confirm some things about recall knowledge, so. But that is a success, Cezanne. You may recall knowledge about this creature. You are what, an expert?
Expert.
Alright. Okay. You do know this is a poltergeist. It is a sight-bound spirit, much like the ones that you've seen for a while. Typically, it's extremely violent and has telekinetic prowess and powers. It can attack from range, able to throw things across the room at it. What other question would you like to ask?
Oh, those are some real good notes in recall knowledge.
Let me really quickly look at what that new recall knowledge says.
Look at the questions portion. I love that. How large is a recall knowledge question, and not an eyes question?
Well, you might not have it in front of you. Somebody might be telling you about
that's
it.
fair.
Is it highly... I'll go if is it highly vulnerable or resistant to anything.
It is immune to disease, paralyze, poison, precision damage, unconsciousness, and death effects, as well as that it resists all damage except force damage, vitality damage, and damage made specifically to destroy ghosts.
Okay. I will, I will take a shot at it
Very well.
with this.
Go ahead and give me that attack roll, please. That is a miss, unfortunately, as your purifying icicle flies wide, streaking off. This thing's translucent.
I'm gonna hero point it, if that's okay.
Very well. That is a hit, then.
Or wait, that should reduce star power, shouldn't it?
Yes.
What's the order on these? Okay.
Star
Right,
power goes
okay,
first.
there we go.
They're the same thing, but star power is technically infinite.
Yeah.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
I assume it counts as an undead for the factor of the positive damage.
The vitality damage?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I think it also counts as an undead for the other two, given what the damage number was.
Well, he only gets the bonus damage from vitality for
Correct.
undead.
What I meant was the pierce clearly did nothing there,
Yeah.
and the cold was reduced.
Correct. Pierce actually dealt 2 damage. The cold dealt 1 damage.
Yeah.
Huh.
Vitality was not resisted, so that should be... Oh, yeah, cold got reduced to nothing because it only
Yeah.
dealt 4 damage there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If you have any force or vitality, hit it with it.
Force being raw magic power, vitality being holy power.
Yeah, vitality's the old,
Positive.
that had a different name. Yeah, positive.
You got 1 action left, I believe.
The amount that I can do with a single action is fairly limited.
There's one really good thing.
Yeah, I'm casting shield.
That's the really good thing.
Very
And
well.
I will be back in a moment.
Sazan says this, he raises his other hand free with his holy tome, throwing up a protected, shimmering veil of stars. Wes, you're up. There's a lot of movement outside, bud.
Yeah. Not really looking to run outside. I'm just gonna take up a position behind Cezanne with enough space to still be able to get a good shot on her. Unfortunately, I don't really have force or holy damage, but what I do have is gun.
Gun is a surprisingly good ability. That does hit because of its off guard. Not bad, little man. This thing takes 5 points of piercing damage, almost as much as Cezanne's holy water icicle he conjured up. As the raw concussive force slams into this thing, your bullet's magically enchanted by the runes on the barrel. That's 2 actions, bud.
Not close enough to a loading strike, and I couldn't get a good hit from here or here. I feel like it'd be partial cover at least. Not really high damage, unfortunately. We're just going to take the chance to reload after getting some damage in.
Very well. Things are pretty cramped in here, Wes. As fire dodging around Cezanne, trying to land a surprisingly good blow while also trying not to hit Gideon on the other side of the creature. It's a little cramped in here with all the tools, and the shaft is only 5 feet behind you. You're trying not to fall back, and you decide to play it safe rather than push your luck. This thing disappears from sight. Very well.
I'm back.
Welcome back. As well as that, it's going to Yep, we're going to do that. Wesk, as you stepped into position, a flurry of sharp rocks flew at you, but you managed to kind of duck and weave as you fire your shot. In the meantime,
Why is my AC lower?
because you are currently off guard to it, it is invisible, my guy.
Right, sorry.
Sazan, he watches the silverware on the table leaps to life. Dozens of sharp knives from 500 years ago fly towards you, slamming into your shield for slash damage. That's going to be 13. Would you like to block that damage?
Yeah, I'll block the damage.
Right. The shield holds for just a moment as finally it pops and a couple of the knives slash your cheek, turn your head so as not to have your eyes gouged out. This thing is going to now Yep, too late to use that. Very well. Very nice. Sazan, as you recoil from the pain in your cheek, you notice that the rocks in the room that you and Wesk are in are now soaring around the air again. You dive to the floor, covering your head from the worst of the blows. Zero, you're up.
Where did she go?
You don't know.
Oh, she's invisible. Okay. I see.
No, you don't. That's the point.
I don't see. Alright, what is this? Yeah, it seems decent. Alright, I would like to use this on the one that I'm targeting, and I would like to do the melee
Very well, go
attack roll.
That is unfortunately a miss.
I do not have a hero point, so I can do nothing about that.
You got one.
What?
As part of the session.
I did?
You have two, actually.
Oh, may I use one, please?
You may. That turns
Okay.
that into a hit.
Okay. So just roll damage?
Yep. Very well, this thing takes 12 points of fire damage as Yuri reaches out, coating her hand in a claw like some great beast made out of fire before raking it across this thing's old, rotted away skeletal body. It threatens to collapse under one heavy blow. Got one action left.
Hey. How many actions is using one of the fireballs on the necklace?
That's a good question. I believe it's one just to use it. I can definitely check. Yep, it is one to interact with.
The one to, like, just pull one off?
Nope,
Or
one
to
to pull and
pull one
throw.
off and throw it? Okay. How far does that hit, or does it only hit the target? Nope. Detonates. You toss or center anywhere within. It's 70 feet.
You have a 70-foot range to throw it, and then it explodes in a, I believe, 20-foot burst.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I have to throw it at a target, or I can throw it at a spot.
You can throw it at a spot.
Nope, that's not what I want. What, did this get bigger? Is that still, no, it's still 20 feet. Okay. Okay. I would like to throw it there. No, I'm not hitting Gideon, right?
Right now, no, you are not hitting Gideon.
Okay, I would like to block
Although,
them in
frankly,
and throw
he's
it
got
right-
HP to spare.
Okay, I would like to throw it right there, please.
Very well. Which one are you
HP is
throwing?
a
You throwing the
resource.
good one or the bad one?
What?
You have one
You have one large one.
and one small one.
The good one.
The good one. Very well.
Oh,
I will update your necklace for that. And we are going to target everyone here. Next, roll me some reflex saves. Go ahead and roll me 6d6, Siri, please.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I guess fireball.
Craig would be proud.
Indeed.
That is a full 20 points of damage against all of these creatures as Ziri rips a large red jewel off of her necklace before it ignites in her hands. Glowing white hot, she lobs it in the air away from Gideon, about 5 to 10 feet in the air near the ceiling before it explodes in a roar of flame. Each of the creatures looks wounded but still remain standing, but that seem to have done quite a number on them. That is, however, the end of your turn. Good job, silly. These things, however, are not off-put by your attack, and they are still surrounding you, so they are going to... Yep. They are going to try to bite at you. That is a hit, almost a crit. So close. Be safe.
No thanks.
I just said be safe. I'm going to take 7 points of pierce damage as this thing's jaws rain down on you, and then it leaps forward towards you with its claws. That is a miss. One last desperate push from this creature as it swipes at you hungrily. That is also a miss. Gideon, you're up.
All right. We gotta get Ziri out of this situation.
You target, well, I have a fake out ready, but it has to be on one of the ones that I can see. That's all I'll say.
Appreciate the heads up. I think you can only see one of these right now, but that one is currently unarmed, so I have plans.
Okay. I don't know, Stray, would you say that I'd be able to fake out that one?
I would say it would have cover from where you are. The other
So
two
the
are
fake
pretty
out.
open. The fake out would have a -2.
-2. I will give you fake out no matter what you hit because it works best for you. It just might not work.
If we have time, can I ask you to hold off on that for a second?
I mean, Oh, for your neck. Okay.
Yeah. I got 3 actions, bud. I got
Okay.
plans. Number
We're ready
1,
for
targeting to the
Pathfinder
north.
teamwork.
Yep.
Go for it.
And it's okay with you, Stray, if we like talk about tactics out of character like
That's
this, right?
fine. You guys have adventured together for a month now. I assume you've learned to work together.
Okay, thank you.
As long as we're not having debates in the middle of the
No. I just want to make sure that I'm using this in the best.
That is a critical hit.
Nice.
Oh no. This man's dead. That is why I said to wait a second. Number
Alright.
2.
Gideon. This thing is not dead as its body crumples to the floor. A pale blue orb emerges from it.
Zahn, gonna need your help with whatever that is. Wesk, now's the time. And now I can press. I'm gonna grab the one closest to Ziri here.
Oh shit! They changed how fake out works. That's nice.
Damn,
That
yeah,
will now
that
be
is
at-
very good. That is a critical success as well, which means Gideon, because of the fake out, that is a crit.
Perfect! Not the best damage, but we take those.
As well as that, you now have critical specialization. This man is off guard until
Hell
the
yeah.
start of your next turn. You watch as Gideon reaves through the first creature as if it's not there, going from navel to skull, dragging his blade up, sparks flying, and in that same motion whirls around 180s and crashes his blade down into the sternum of the figure, digging it deep inside. This thing looks like it cannot position itself properly because of how rattled Gideon's blade has made it.
Assuming this thing is corporeal, it is now grabbed.
Which one? This?
The one. No. The first one was off guard, the second one was combat grab. I could not do combat grab the first time because of the press action.
You are right. In which case, yes, it is grabbed. On top of being off guard.
Grabbing bones. Let's see, I'm gonna look at turn order here. It's still grabbed. Can I drag it 5 feet to the north?
I would say yes. You're just gonna shove it?
Basically, yeah. I don't know if it's a different action for grab.
I mean, there's technically reposition, but it's the same thing.
Yeah. Just an athletics check?
Yep. That is a success. You may move it 5 feet, wherever you wish.
I'd like to move it up here.
remain within your reach. Alright. You each watch as Gideon whirls around, becoming a whirling, fiery tornado before, with his sword still inside of the creature, he wrenches it onto the table where it clatters painfully. That is all 3 of your actions, however, as this thing. Seeing Gideon. Alright. Let's go ahead and do another one of these then. Gideon and Ziri, please give me a fortitude save, if you would. Oh, goddamn. There's another pale blue flash of light, similar in color to the speck floating beside you, Gideon, as a light emanates from this thing's skull, before sweeping over you and Ziri, seemingly to no effect. For this one rushes down towards you, Ziri. It is going to. Can I get my macro, please? Do I not have my? There we go. For some reason, my macros got lost. That is a success. Zero, you watch as this thing rushes towards you from across the room, tackling you into the wall.
Ow!
You are knocked prone.
Damn it.
Right. And then it is going to do one more thing. Yep, that sure is.
Hmm.
I hate how Foundry works on not the client. Alright. Ziri, this thing has knocked you down and is now climbed on top of you, looking ready to devour you alive. It's not a great look right now. Very nice. Nice. You watch as this creature, whatever it is, begins to descend out of sight down the chute. Very well.
Just as an aside, did that thing seem incorporeal as well?
Yes.
Or
it passed through the wall and you and Cezanne.
okay.
Do I get an attack of opportunity on it?
If you would like,
I could try.
go for it. As it begins to pass by you. You sure can't, bud.
Valiant
I
effort.
You swing, and it's a tiny mote of light, and you are emitting light yourself. It's hard to get a good read on it. Swinging at a baseball. You miss. Gideon, Zahn, you are up.
I got a glimpse of that thing. Do I have any idea what it might be?
Give me a religion check. No, it was very quick.
Okay. In that case. Just have to be thankful that I bought this from Ren. Did that not go into the chat window?
Nope.
Don't think so.
Okay, I used my actions to draw and cast my scroll of Fairy Fire.
Very well. Let me see if I can find Fairy Fire. May have been renamed. Yes, I believe that was the issue. Okay. Designate a 10-foot burst, please.
Okay, where's the burst tool? Right,
And then you will select the circle, please.
circle. That's,
Damn, these changes are really nice.
Probably from here.
From there?
Yeah.
Very well. You fire off a chromatic pixie dust like. Let's be honest, we've always imagined fairy fire as just a glitter shower. It gets stuck to you everywhere.
I imagine they cast it like jazz hands.
Essentially.
Spirit
Good news,
fingers.
Ziri. You are now pinned by whatever this creature is, and now you're covered in glitter because Cezanne makes everything worse for you.
This'll never wash off.
Cezanne, unfortunately, no. That does not reveal anything.
Fortunately, I think that was all my actions.
One to draw, two to cast.
You'd think that the fake creature would like fairy fire, but
I would not.
fair enough. Ziri is not a typical fae.
Wesk, you're up.
All right. This is the one on top of Ziri, right?
Correct. Nothing doing.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Very well. That is a crit.
All right. All good.
Very well. Nope, that's the wrong creature. That's not
He's the wrong creature.
Very well. Zira, you watch as this thing explodes into bone shards around you. As a pale blue speck emerges out of whatever this creature was. Regardless, you are now brushing bone dust off of your clothes, mixed in with the glitter.
All right.
Musk smells another bullet in his chamber before rushing forward. You no longer grabbed Ziri. Very well. Roll that damage for me,
Train's
please.
paying off.
Is that another crit?
That is another crit.
I don't think I'm getting the bracers buff on that.
Let's see. I can double check. Blazons of shared power. Here's what I will do. I will just make your Kukri a +1 striking right there. Roll the damage
Alright.
again for me, please.
Thank you.
Slightly better. Alright, Ziri, the men in your party are coming to your rescue as one bullet turns one of the creatures to shrapnel before you as Wesk ducks under Cezanne's legs and comes scurrying out before ramming his kukri into this thing's back. It's now got 2 blades inside of it as the men begin to just jump it. Cezanne,
Yes.
this thing seems mad at you for some reason.
Oh.
Dozens of sharp pieces of discarded scrap iron now streak towards you. Because you are unaware of where the next attack might be coming from, you are off guard to this. That is a hit. You take 14 points of piercing damage. As dozens of sharpened pieces of iron slam into you. Right, as well as that. But because the sharpened pieces of iron have now sort of alerted you that you are under attack, you once more duck and cover your most sensitive parts, covering your head as more rocks hail down on you from every angle. You are being given a first-hand experience of that good old classic stoning. Zero, you are up.
Okay.
Or rather, you are down.
On the ground.
Okay. I can stand up as an action, right?
Correct.
I would like to do that, please.
You stand up, brushing yourself off.
Alright, so that leaves 2 actions.
Correct.
Okie dokie.
Also, go ahead and post this since you guys do not seem to know about it. You can look for invisible things.
Yep.
Oh yeah, seek.
It's in my actions. There was just more pressing issues at the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hold on. I must double check something. Upon receiving this knowledge. God, if I understood this game, I might be good at it.
There you go. There is a macro for it if you would like.
Okay. Nope. I am going to. Oh, out of curiosity, if you seek and find a hidden object, does it display that to everybody or just you?
It only displays it to you.
Okay.
You can use another action called Point Out to immediately point it out to everyone else, though. You can find it with one and find it for everyone with 2.
Okay. Then I am actually going to just go ahead and... Is this the one I want? I have so many fire things. Yeah, that one again. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this one again on that thing.
Very well.
Melee.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Alright.
As you are still sort of dazed and reeling, picking yourself off the ground. You swipe at the creature with one fiery claw, collecting your composure again, but you cannot land a decisive blow on it.
Rip.
Rip indeed. I believe that's all of your actions.
It is.
Very well. Who have we got? We got this guy right here who is not having a great time.
Yeah, about that.
Okay. It's going to lash out at you, Gideon. With a bite attack. Nothing doing, however, as you keep it at a good arm's length, positioning your blade painfully in its chest, just watching it sort of bite and snap at you. Your muscles holding strong as you just, you just keep this thing absolutely locked down before finally ramming it, your sword through the table, pinning it to the table. You are up.
Alright. Thing number one. I'm just gonna kill the thing in front of me. Is there a best way to do this? Alright, I can staggering strike it, but there's not really a point. Yeah, I'm just gonna wail on it.
Okay, go for it. That is a critical hit.
That's what I figured. So, this thing's just gonna explode into bone shards.
Indeed it does. Or would. If it did not immediately become another spectral. Some sort of ghostly spirit emerges from
Do I know anything about what these are?
pile of bones. Give me a religion check. Oh yes, they were a real problem back when the green plague happened. These are Corpselights. These are these things' actual true forms. Corpselights are the remnants of something much, much scarier called a will-o'-the-wisp. Corpselights are what happens when a will-o'-the-wisp starves to death. They cannot exist outside of a host body. What else would you like to know?
Specific to Corpselights. I think I would know that they would immediately go try to find a new host body once theirs is no longer suitable. So...
I will add to that. You know that at most they might last 10 seconds outside of a body. They sort of naturally fall apart on their own.
Is there any way to lock them down?
None that you have knowledge of right now. They are incorporeal spirits.
Well, if they don't last long, does it have any obvious defensive gaps other than clearly the same thing that works on ghosts?
Inside of its body, skeleton-type bodies are weak to bludgeoning damage. If it possesses some sort of zombie body, it's weak to slashing. But this thing, it has 1 HP. It cannot exist outside of a body and will just die on its own.
Very well. I will take 1 second to let everyone know these are Corpselights. They'll die on their own if they don't get a new host. And then I'm going to seek.
Okay. Good news, Gideon. It's here.
Is that good news?
You know a rough location. You do not have a precise read on it, but you know it's around this area.
Can I call that out?
You can. That would be your last action.
Alright, that's what I'll do. Point out that it's over there, it's by the table, around that left chair near the end. No, your other left.
Very well. Everyone now knows where this thing is. We should watch as Gideon, trained warrior that he is to fight undead, points out that the air here is shimmering very faintly. You can actually look at the shadows on the floor and the light is shimmering as if it's passing through a reflective texture. That's how you know where it is.
Leaving it to you, Sazan.
He's leaving it to you, Sazan.
I'm sure I have a way to.
You'll figure that out. You got a lot of silver bullets in there somewhere.
No, that would be
Kirk's
less.
got a lot of silver bullets, right?
Regardless, this thing lunges for you again, Siri, which is all well and good for everybody else, but you're still under attack. It's going to be 14 points of piercing damage as this thing crunches into you from behind.
God!
She
Like
is
one
your
every
caster.
time.
I don't know what you want, bud.
I
That is another
wondered.
8 points of slashing damage, and finally,
No,
thankfully, that one does
that
miss.
would be too much.
Ziri, as you brush yourself off and try to swing at this thing, it grabs your arm, crunching into it painfully. You pull back just in time to watch as it breaks across your face with a sharp hand. You finally manage to regain your footing and bat away the last attack coming for you.
Some help would be great.
Fucking amazing. You each watch as this thing takes off. Disappearing from the room, passing through the doorway. Sazan, you are up.
So what does it take to attack at something that is hidden?
DC 11 mischance. Flat check.
Cool.
It is waived for an area of effect.
Correct.
Let me test something. Where is that? Sorry, I'm looking for something on my character sheet.
That's fine. You got about 45 seconds.
Okay, I have lost all ability to see. There's a 60-foot cone emanating from my character across the rough area where I believe it is.
Yes.
Oops, that was not the right button. I am in a black void now. I don't know how I did this.
Does that return your sight?
Yeah. Thank you.
This
I would like
cone
to-
is your.
Yeah. I would like to channel the heal beam.
The heal beam. Let's
Oh
hear it.
boy.
Oh, I love that.
60. Wait. Would that... How far is a 30-foot emanation again?
About 30 feet.
This right now.
Would it hit everything here?
It would hit everything here.
Oh, then I'll just use the 30-foot emanation because that hits me too, but... the heal beam was a good thought.
Alright.
Yeah, do a healing blast.
Very well. We are going to roll some fortitude saves. Critical failure on the Poltergeist.
It's only an 11.
Well, I've got
It's
bad
radiant,
news. 11 is enough to kill, Sazan.
I left it up to Sazan.
As this thing absolutely dies. And
Radiant damage be a fucking thing when you're facing a bunch of undead.
And remember to heal for 11.
dies. And yes, Everyone go ahead and take your 11 points of damage, or 11 points of healing.
11 points of negative damage.
Sazan, go ahead and
No, wait,
describe
that's a
for us
different thing.
what this emanation looks like as it radiates out from you and just shreds invisibly at whatever this creature was at one point.
Just a wave of what appears almost like the night sky.
Don't forget your heal, Azuri.
Crossing out
Ooh. I'm picturing a
to me and
nice
spreading
little with sparkles.
across the room.
Oh, good. More sparkles.
More sparkles.
More sparkles. Is Zilly dead?
No.
Okay. Because I've told you to apply your healing twice.
Hit the heal button.
Wait, sorry, apply what healing?
Scroll
Where?
up.
Go up to where I did
Oh.
the heal. Oh. Then hit heal.
What? So, hold on. Why is my token not selected? There we go.
There we
Yes.
go.
Thank you, sorry.
That's fine. Wesk, you got one snapping little buddy that is still just bum rushing Ziri to death right now.
Ziri,
Snapping little buddy.
cover your ears.
What?
That's a
Oh.
critical hit.
All fucking shots all around.
Very I would like to congratulate everyone because that is combat off as a dead silence settles over.
A little
Alright,
thing.
once again.
Oh, sorry. A little thing that you'll notice is that Wesk spins the pistol this time before holstering it. He's learned a little bit more about how to use the gun.
Why do I feel like the whisper is louder than they were before?
The immediate danger comes to an end. Can I sense through the lover's lace once again?
Is the lover's lace recharged?
Oh, does it? I thought that was a passive effect.
It is a once a day use. You heal and also get the status effect at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You stray, I can't find the thing that shows my, my apparitions. The, like, token or whatever. I'll check them. I don't see it in the actors tab.
It should be under the Abomination Vaults tab under PCs.
Ah, there we go. Thank you.
About had it with this floor.
Oh, I fear that it will not be much better as we go down.
Also, each
That-
gain 120 XP for that fight.
That trapdoor goes down more than 50 feet.
Alright, I would like to use a thing.
Chuck awkwardly blocks the entire doorway. He's turned sideways trying to squeeze through, but
Stand still, everyone. Wait,
You
can
wanna...
I focus?
I'm gonna point to Chuck and then point back to her. You wanna move that?
Can I focus? Stray?
it will
Okay.
take you 10 minutes.
Um,
What's everyone else going to be doing while Ziri just
I'm going
takes
to
notes?
ignore him and focus.
I'm, since we never actually got the chance, I'm gonna head into the office to take a look around.
Very well. You do so, Wes. Squeezing past Chuck, you are now covered in viscera. Once more,
He'll
to
walk over
reiterate,
to
this is a
one
large
of the
chamber with several paintings, grisly paintings, things that perhaps whoever lived here wanted to inflict upon the surface world. And a lot of swamps and graveyards. Furniture here is nice, though. Well made, well tended, unlike most of the rest of the Gauntlet. There's a large desk to the south where a strange-looking lantern sits. You attempted to shatter when you first came through here by shooting at it. Your bullets ricocheting harmlessly off of it told you that it would be magic.
Yeah, Wes definitely is interested about that. He's gonna get close to it and like give it a look over, trying to use his engineering knowledge.
Go ahead and roll me a engineering check then. This is not mechanical, West. This is magical, whatever it is.
Of course.
Did anyone else see that, like, almost roll to a 14, then roll back?
Yeah. I don't want to dominate the time too much. You said that there were swamps and graveyards. Do they bear any resemblance to the Otari swamps or Otari graveyard?
No, these look like generic swamps and graveyards. The thing that does stand out to you, though, there is a lot of similar symbology with Nimbaloth, with the mossy skulls and graveyards and swamps that you've seen around decorating the Gauntlet, as well.
Cezanne.
As I will also state, you give a look over the desk. There are several scrolls just kind of scattered around the desk.
Cezanne, you're gonna want to take a look at this.
Can I yell at people while they're walking away if I'm trying to focus?
Oh, sorry.
Sure. Cezanne, you cannot fit through here.
Alright, as Cezanne walks away, I'm going to kind of scrunch up my face, kind of hands to temples, trying to focus, be like, I said, stand still.
Oh,
Gideon, what are you doing?
Oh. Pause.
Well, at that, I'm going to look at the sword that I'm currently using. Now that it's slashed through ghosts, I'm going to see if I can tell anything about it, because this is the first second of downtime I've gotten since I picked it up.
Sure. What skill would you like to use?
Oh, warfare.
Give me a warfare check, please. It's an incredibly well-made sword. You've always known that Tavius is a pretty skilled blacksmith. You have no idea what magics it could be enchanted with. It's incredibly well-tended, polished, made out of platinum, which is a rather rare and incredibly strong material in Irido. It's got a large sapphire. Looks like a one-to-one copy of the Sun Sword, but you can't tell much else other than that.
Can I make any educated guesses from that?
Give it a good few swings, and it does kind of lean into where you want to swing naturally on its own, as if something is guiding its attacks. You do feel something about this sword is more than just the bog standard blade, though. You have no idea how to activate it.
I'll resheath it for now.
I don't know, it slides into place beautifully.
How long has it been?
I'd say it's been about 5 minutes.
Okay.
As Wesk has finished kind of scurrying around the room, giving it a good look over. Go ahead and give me a perception check if you would, Wesk. In secret, as usual.
Yep.
Okay. I would like this to work, please. There we go. Wesk. There is something here.
He's gonna cautiously peek around the door as he slowly opens it.
Oh wow. This heavy stone door slides into place.
Can I hear the door open?
I would say probably not.
Okay.
Wes, you hear muffled moaning and screaming coming from the next room.
Wes is gonna slide the door back closed. He'll just come back to the party. Cezanne, when you get the chance, there's some stuff at the table you're probably gonna want to take a look at. He'll actually run over and grab the lantern and bring it back to Cezanne.
Okay, well,
So hold on.
Go ahead and drag it into your inventory if you would like to. It is in the loot. It's now been about 10 minutes. Ziri, go ahead and give yourself all of your focus points back. As well as that, your... Oop, not that. Your spell effect on the blade wanes, Gideon.
Where did they go? I just had them.
Musk is gonna hold up the lantern for Cezanne to take a look at.
Hairs on the
Oh,
back of your
boy.
neck stand up. Cezanne.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Where did it go? Yep, there it is. Cast that. I just hit roll healing and roll it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they did change how much it heals, huh?
Looks like it.
Oh, sorry.
Well, is that right?
That is for 1 round.
What?
You roll that
Yep.
10 times.
Yep.
Oh.
Gonna say that's pretty much
You
how
roll
it's always
90
worked.
d4 healing.
2, 3, 4. Wait. Oh, can I? Are you sure?
Yes.
Because with
Are
your
you
focus, it heightens it to 9th level.
With one focus?
Correct.
It says focus 9.
Mm-hmm.
And you sustain it up to 10
That
minutes.
seems broken.
That's just out of combat spells.
Alright, well, I'm not gonna roll it that way then. I'm gonna roll it this way.
It's
Because otherwise I have to
heightens-
do it manually. So it's D10s?
d4s.
No. D4s. How many of them?
Just type in
10 of them.
/roll 90d4.
Slash
Can't wait to see what this does to the
roll
Oh,
90
God.
D4.
screen.
Yep.
A little note.
This. It's 9th. Oh,
It
My focus?
is... Oh, sorry. No, you're right. You're casting from the Animist Apparitions, not yourself.
That would make sense.
Animist Apparitions is an 18th
Yeah, I didn't
level
think
caster.
I didn't think Zero
Oh.
was casting a level 9 spell.
Okay. Because this didn't seem to make much sense.
Bad
Why is it... Sorry. What did I do wrong?
Click and
Say what
drag
the ritual would be.
the spell onto Ziri, then have Ziri cast it.
Okay. At least I could recognize that it was pretty broken.
It is still infinite healing.
Well, yeah,
It
but
just-
still.
at
I feel like the
any
pulses
level,
weren't
it
that
is-
pulsy.
But yeah, wish equivalent would be a thing, that's for sure.
Okay, hold on. There we go. Let's see if I did it right now.
There we go.
Wish
It
is actually a
was
10th level spell.
30 d4 healing, not 90. It is still
Okay,
effectively
so
infinite. though.
Slash roll 30 D4.
Yep.
Yep.
Everyone heal 89, which is still full health.
So just
Okay. After that, where did Chuck go? He vanished.
He's still in the room.
He was just outside of the range of that.
I was gonna make
That's
a
what I was
move.
worried
Wait,
about.
do I make a move? I don't even remember.
You do. You should have control over Chuck, just like
Oh,
your
I
other
just can't
pets.
see him. Oh, there he is. Okay. Now I will
So-
move him out of the way.
So, I found a hidden door. Didn't want to go through it. Seemed kind of sketch on the other side. I also found this, and he's going to hold up the
Just kidding.
lantern.
I can't see myself now. What the heck?
Oh,
Can I take a wild guess at what the lantern is?
God.
Just no clue. Wild guess.
Give me an occult, arcana, or religion check.
Between those,
I
Arcana is the
believe he
only
can
one.
roll. He can roll skills that require training. It's untrained.
Correct. You've no clue what this lantern does, Gideon. It's a magic lantern, that's all.
Oh yeah, that's a
Oh.
lantern. I've seen those.
At
Yeah, you
at
got
a
like an ever-burning
glance,
torch.
how familiar would I
Yeah.
be with this
I
lantern?
got a torch that's a lot like that.
At a glance?
We're a little pressed for time.
At a glance. Honestly, not much. You would not, at a glance, know what it is. Give me a religion check.
Religion check.
Yeah.
Could I argue that since it has the symbology, it could be an
Sure.
astrology lore?
Go for it.
No.
That was so funny.
You are
Damn.
pressed for time, and it
Yeah.
seems important, but you're gonna kind of just have to check this out later.
We'll worry about the lantern later. Did it
Would
look like there was a way
I
down over
use-
there,
This.
Wesk?
You may.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Said,
You mind if I take a look at it quick?
Zero, you may identify in 1 minute.
Sure. What did you say, Suzanne?
Okay, I would like to take it and look at it.
I was
Are you
asking
going
if
to
it's.
hand the lantern over to Ziri, Suzanne?
The lantern is the least of my worries at this moment.
Okay.
Maybe not the least, but it is not on the radar.
Sorry, it's in West's hand. West, you pass Ziri the lantern.
Yeah, I'll hold it up for her.
Okay. Ziri, you now have the lantern in your inventory. Go ahead.
Wesk, I
and
said
make
I can take
an
a better
Arcana
look
or
later. I
occult
was
check.
asking if there looked like there was a way down over there.
Oh, there might be. There was a hidden door.
That might
Also
be
some
someone
sc-
falling down a chute.
There's also some scrolls and maps in his desk that we should probably grab before I leave.
Ziri,
Okay.
you do take a quick second to look over it. Everyone's in a really big rush right now, and you would need to repeatedly do that check over and over.
Right, I'm
You
gonna
got time
shrug
for
and
maybe
kind of
2 more before the group looks
stick it
ready.
in my bag. Oh, I have time for another one? Okay.
Yep, you are
I'm just
real
gonna-
quick.
Stuff the rest of the
You take a second or 2 more now that you've kind of calmed down. Everyone's not in such a huge rush. The other 2 are going to dart into the room while leaving you with the lantern, Ziri. Gideon, what are you
Kind of
doing?
step out of the way of the door.
apparently being AFK or muted, one of the two.
One of the 2.
Neither?
I'm sorry. There were like 3 of you talking at once there. I didn't hear Gideon.
All good.
I'm just gonna fleet with Siri and the lantern.
Okay.
So the door that I found was over here.
I'm gonna blink at the darkness for a second. Get in, could you? Step a little closer.
Oh,
Yeah, Wesk disappears into the darkness before Gideon ruins him. It's about that time now that you're kind of left alone, Ziri. Yeah, this sure is a magical lantern. Zero, you're a firm believer that magic isn't evil, the way you use it is evil. As well as that you are encumbered by this thing because you are carrying so much. So you are kind of just getting left behind and really starting to pant and wheeze with all this weight on you. Zero, you believe in magic and items are not inherently evil, unlike what some of the churches say. You know that the light from this lantern, the flame, is not of this world. This is a type of powerful occult flame. It has the ability to mind control weaker-willed people, for lack of a better word for it. It's also vaguely related to the life stream, the soul stream. The flame seems to have come from the river Styx, and as such has the ability to destroy incorporeal undead.
Alright. I'm gonna kind of hobble over towards Gideon and tap on his shoulder. And then I would like to push the lantern towards his chest. And say, hold this. Don't use it. Hold it. Don't sell it.
Okay.
Has to be very specific.
Fair, valid, understandable.
Drag the Gideon on, or drag the lantern onto Gideon.
Drag the Gideon.
As she's telling him that, Wesk is going to roll the stone away again.
Behind a painting, there is a 5x5 hallway, and now that the stone is rolled away, you each audibly hear there are moans and screams coming from beyond this doorway.
Yeah, that's why I didn't investigate any further.
I'm popping that lantern into the bag of holding.
Very well.
I'm sorry, screams?
Faint
It's gonna
screams.
whirl around.
Yeah, it kind of put me off too.
Okay, so that was getting louder.
I mean, we either try
It
this or...
sounds like the screams of... Sorry.
No, it's fine. We either try this or we jump down the corpse chute.
These sound like the screams of a person or the screams of a creature.
This is the screams of a humanoid person. Vaguely deep male voice? It'd be hard to see without... Wow. Seeing.
See?
I saw you.
I give a vague gesture towards Zero. Okay.
Alright. First thing you notice is that the walls in this chamber are smooth and gray, like many you've seen before. In the middle of the room is that same nauseating pale blue-green light that you've seen dozens of times, and you realize this is the center of the gauntlet for this floor. Where the light touches the ceiling in this room, the stone is bubbling as if it were infected flesh. Tracing the light down from the ceiling, there's a dwarvish man with the light passing directly through him, screaming, thrashing, bound onto the table, his body covered in blisters as the skin around the light bubbles and pops.
Gods.
Can I say one word?
Sure.
Lasda?
You get no response. He is too busy screaming and writhing in pain.
We gotta get him out of here.
I mean, how do you recommend we do that?
Well,
Last I checked, the last time we touched that light, it hurt us.
I agree. Zon, you got any blessings for me?
Hold on. Wesk is going to reach into his pouch and pull out the grappling gun before walking up to behind Gideon and basically hooking the hook onto Gideon's back.
That's a good plan. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hold 1 second. Do I think this is something the shielding salve could have any effect against?
The shielding salve does what again? Gives you +1 AC.
And prevents 5 attack from damage from that attack or spell. Basically, it gives us shield. It gives the effect of shield.
Shielding salve does prevent you from getting hurt, theoretically. If this does cause corporeal harm, it would help. Last time you knew, it rotted your flesh. That is the type of harm.
I'm gonna rub this on Gideon real quick.
Just for 1 minute. I can't have that kind of weight on me if I'm doing this. Hang on to that.
I will make sure that the hook is still attached well, even without his armor.
Okay. Gideon doffs his armor onto Wesk, who is now encumbered.
Wesk is just going to set it on the floor over here.
Very well. You pass Wesk your armor before you drop it onto a...
Good enough.
Listen, if you go down, I'm going to need every ounce of strength I can get to pull you out.
Understandable. It's 20 feet. I can do that in 1 action. I'm going to dash for it.
There we go. Put the armor there. Okay. Go ahead, and since this is going to be a time-sensitive thing, give me a initiative roll, Gideon. I will let you use athletics since you are sprinting.
Very cool. I can't roll initiative because there's no active encounter. Oh, there is.
There is.
Very cool.
Should be. Yeah, definitely should be.
Yeah, there is now.
Okay. Gideon, what are you doing then?
I am going to sprint up to this guy. This is a dwarf, correct? I'm not wrong about that?
This is a dwarf, and he is currently bound to that table.
What is he bound with?
Manacles. Chains.
Are they magical? Can I tell at a glance?
Give me an Arcana check. You cannot from here.
Very cool. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to retrieve the pick from my bag. And I will main hand that, and I will attempt to use that to strike at the chains.
To strike at the chains. Not
Yes.
lockpick.
Do I look like the type who's gonna lockpick to you?
Ah, okay. I thought you meant lockpick. Pick. No, you mean...
No, I meant
The
a
pick.
literal physical pick. Something meant to break metal. I'm not that stupid.
Very well. Alright. You each watch as Gideon doffs his armor, lifts the pickaxe into his hand, grips it 2 hands. He looks ready to go. Is anyone giving any last actions before we begin this procedure?
While he does that, can I follow after him and pulse the Garden of Healing again?
Sure.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Very well. Ziri, go ahead and give me initiative. I will allow you
How
to
far does the Garden of Healing extend?
10 feet. Very well. So you would like to... I'll assume you want Gideon to run in first.
Yes.
Very well. Then we will begin. Gideon, you're up.
All right. .15 feet. I'm gonna immediately start striking at the chains.
Alright. Give me a strike.
Oh, it was already two-handed. Very cool. I'm gonna change that back.
Alright. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
That's not a crit.
It does not have an AC to beat. I'm just seeing you roll a 20.
I see.
You will always hit.
I was really counting on the fatal D10.
Okay. You slam into this thing, and it takes 4 points of damage. Hasn't broke yet. You got 1 action left.
Understandable. Doesn't break, but it takes damage. Do I take the attack penalty if it's a static target?
Yes, but you will always hit. I'm just checking to see if you get a 20.
I see.
That's a hit.
This is
Roll damage.
consistent.
You slam pick into it again. The exact same thing. As well as that, give me a reflex save, please. Good, and you begin to take 7 points of damage as your own skin starts to rot and fester as your arms and shoulders, the closest part to this location. It's bad. Get mom. Alright, Ziri, you're up.
Alright. Where did that go? Should I just manually roll it again?
Yep, roll the
Roll. Oh,
You're not
just
rolling
press roll
all
healing.
of it at once. No, you are
I gotcha,
pulsing
okay.
it.
Oh, there we go.
Alright. Good news. Gideon, you are giving a first-hand display of what the life stream looks like as the necrotic energy saps you, and Ziri pumps more healing into you.
Get goddamn blood back.
Whatever energy is being sucked from your body is being rapidly replenished by Ziri.
Hurry up. That's only one action?
Well, it's one to stride in, a second action to cast it. You have a third action left.
Oh god. Okay, I'll just cast it again?
You cannot.
Or can I not do that? I can't do that. Okay. I would like to... what could I do to those chains?
No,
Nothing.
this doesn't matter, but should it hit the dwarf as well?
No, it is not in range.
Oh, it's
okay,
not? Sorry, could I have moved further?
You would have to be in the necrotic energy yourself.
That's okay.
Very well. Ziri boldly and kindly steps into the damage herself and begins to pulse out healing. And for the first time, the man begins to get light back in his eyes.
And I pull out my sickle.
20. Yes, you may. And that'll be your third action. Then give me a reflex save, please.
Okay.
Fey Fellowship coming in clutch.
I'm going to take 9 points of damage, which is going to be healed by your 9 points of healing at the end of your turn. Cezanne, Wesk, give me a perception check, please.
Oops.
Cezanne, you're the first to react. As a flaming skull suddenly bursts forth from out of the ether of nothingness.
Hurry up.
Roaring to life.
Do I have the slightest idea what this may be?
Yes, unfortunately. This is a will-o'-the-wisp.
I'm gonna say I got a pretty good idea.
And it immediately lashes out at Gideon before he can react. That's a hit because you are currently unarmored, Gideon. As you are going to take 10 points of magical electrical damage. As this thing begins to, even just being near this thing is sapping your life force, Gideon. As it continues trying to assault you, you begin to batter it away as best you can, shielding your body from most of the damage. Cezanne, you are up.
Okay, I'd like to attempt a recall knowledge check.
Go for it.
What do I roll for?
You may give me either occult or religion.
Cool.
I will give you different answers based on what you give me. Firmly average. Good job. A will-o'-the-wisp is essentially a hunter of the life stream, of the soul stream. They can fully extinguish their light, these flames that come from the life stream itself, to appear as borderline invisible, featureless orbs. They love to devour people that are afraid or are dying, and they feed off of that negative emotion. They are scavengers of the afterlife. They're also quite intelligent. Will-o'-the-wisps are essentially immortal and know many things if you can get one to reason and talk with you. Other than that, they have no extremely dangerous powers. They just feed on people that are already weak to sustain themselves.
Okay. Do I have line of sight on it?
You do.
Trying to gain its attention away from Gideon, I cast a Divine Bolt.
Go ahead and give me that attack roll, please. That is a miss, unfortunately. Will-o'-the-wisps are quite a bit stronger than Corpselights at the height of their power, and as you streak your bolt, it slams into this thing's body, but it appears unfazed. There's one action left, I believe.
Am I in range to attempt and intimidate?
I believe Intimidate is a range of 30 feet. Yes.
I would like to attempt to intimidate it.
Give me an Intimidate, please.
That is around here somewhere.
It's just a straight Intimidate check.
Yeah, I'm just being blind and not seeing it on my character sheet.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Cezanne, what do you say to this creature?
I yell something at it about it being judged for its disruptions of the live stream.
Alright.
It's not very good.
It is not very good, and it does not pay you any mind. Getting your up. It's a strange feeling being caught between a necrotic portal and a positive portal. Or I guess I should say a vitality portal and a void portal now. It's a disturbingly beautiful sight as you watch your skin rot, fester, fall off, grow into these beautiful blossoms, blossoming into patches of flesh, only to fall off again. You are experiencing the death of your top layer of skin rapidly over and over again.
I'm just going to treat this as the single best exfoliation I've ever gotten in my life. And I'm going to keep hacking away at these chains.
Very well. That is a hit for your damage. The Will-o'-the-wisp has spooked you a little bit, and you're thrown off, batting it away, and as you try to hastily return to your work, you do not seem to make a difference in the material this time.
Can I take another look at the chain, see if I can identify a weak point?
Give me a crafting check.
Crafting. Oh boy.
No.
Great.
You know your way around some armor and weaponry, but this is not solid plates of steel. These are interlocking chains.
Yeah, you'd think I'd know a thing or two about chains.
Go ahead and give me another another attack. Alright, you do slam into it, and one of the 4 manacles breaks away. About a quarter of the way through.
Oh, good lord.
Zero, you're up.
It's a shame that I've used all of those. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pulse the Garden of Healing again, so I have to just cast. Hold on. Where'd that go? There it is. There we go. Nope.
Just straight up 3d4.
Selecting. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Gideon, give me a reflex save if you would. Alright. And you are going to take another 6 points of necrotic damage as Yuri pulses 7 points of healing to everyone around them. The dwarf seemingly starting to come to now. He is no longer screaming, but he is still writhing, gasping for air on the table in front of him. So you got 2 actions left.
Okay. Do I know what a Will of the Wisp is? Like what they're weak towards or anything, or no?
Give me an occult check. You would. Unfortunately, they have no weakness.
Excellent.
They're not very corporeal. In game terms, it means they have bad fortitude saves. Otherwise, no, because they are essentially pure soul energy, they also have no strength or weakness. They are also incredibly fast, should they choose to be.
Alright, I would like to use...
You also know they have magical immunity. Very few spells hurt them at all.
Was the occultism check in action?
I would say since it's your first one, no.
Okay. Then I would like to use my melee attack with my... Where is it? This. I would like to do this. Wait, was that the right way to do that?
Yep.
Yes.
Roll your damage. So you give it your best shot and you slam your sickle into this thing and you feel like you did more damage to the sickle.
What else have I got here? Not much. My dudes. Alright. I'm gonna swing it again for half of that. How do I do that? Where is it?
I will
This
say right now, Ziri, even
that?
if you rolled perfect, unless it's
Nope.
a crit, you are not going to hurt this thing.
Alright,
You
well
are
I'm gonna
not a
futilely do that as my next action and surrender my next
Very
action.
well. Give me a reflex save. Okay, that's not bad. You are, however, going to take 13 points of necrotic damage as you are standing here and having this thing sapping your strength. Wesk, you're up.
I was about to say, you almost fucking...
I do love to shut some doors.
Lesk is going to be getting more and more impatient as he just sees them hacking away at it. This is taking too long. They're not gonna. Lesk, in frustration, he's going to drop the grappling gun and dash in as he's running, pulling out his thieves' tools.
Okay. stride, and I believe you were wearing your thieves' tools.
I was.
Were they in your pack or in your...
Equipment.
Very well, you were wearing them and they were prepared. No action to draw them. It's one stride.
I think.
Then, as soon as he gets there, Wesk is going to set about the locks on the manacles that they are not working on.
Okay. Give me a thievery check. That is a success as Wesk leaps into actions. Pop goes the second manacle.
Can I reach the other manacle from here as well, or would I have to move around?
I would say you can reach it as long as you are within 5 feet of the table.
He's going to take a moment and be like, wow, that was not a hard lock, but he's not going to dwell on it and just move on to the next one.
You say that, Wesk, and as you get a little bit overconfident, as slingers love to do, your pick jams in the third one.
Shit.
This thing begins to descend upon you, Wesk. You watch as whatever this creature is begins to fall upon you ravenously. It's a strange feeling, Wesk, as an electric current surges through you. But it's not electricity, it's pure soul energy, as it is siphoning your life essence away rapidly. Give me a reflex save, Wesk. Wesk, you are getting chewed up between standing directly in whatever this energy coming from the gauntlet is, and now this thing is also chewing through your life energy. You are feeling lightheaded, and your muscles grow weak and strained. Sazan, you're up.
My earlier check, am I aware of the magic immunity?
Yes.
Do I believe Zenith's star would still have any effect on it?
No.
Okay. I will cast Sanctuary onto Wesk. Read spell.
Very well.
Out.
You each watch as a curtain of night descends upon your vision, Wesk. As the starlit sky you can no longer see down here comes into view in the periphery of your vision, as faint twinkling lights in the dark. Gideon, you're up.
You already know what I'm doing.
Very well, give me those 3 attack rolls, bud. That's a hit. Clang. Nothing.
Clang.
That is solid damage as you slam into it. And this one makes a notable dent.
Bro.
Give me that damage. Nothing. You're making no progress here, Gideon. Nope, not that one. Where's...
Damn
There
it.
we go. Give me a reflex save. Take 7 more points of void damage as this thing continues to churn your skin off. Zero, you're up.
I guess I just live here now on the conduit between life and death.
What you got for me, Goat Mommy?
You're muted. You're still muted.
I'm muted. Going to notice it going after Wesk, and I'm going to go over here.
Okay.
Pulse that healing. Where did it go? There's so many things to manage. Hold on.
Just 3d4.
Oh yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3. Roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing my sickle at this thing.
Very well, go for it.
Where is that? Hold on. Oh, I gotta target it. Target. Roll.
That is not a hit.
Okay.
As you swing at this thing, your sickle flies wide, carving straight through it, but finding no purchase. That's 1 to stride, 1 to pulse. Give me a reflex save. Nice. We're going to take 4 points of void damage as you continue to stand in the curtain of this thing. Wesk?
Gritting his teeth through this quite unnatural sensation, Wesk is going to reattempt the lock again.
Give me a thievery. Pop goes the 3rd lock. The last lock is currently being battered by Gideon.
Just shoot it.
Wesk is going to sigh a little, rolling his eyes.
He's going to look up and a bit of his cheek is going to fall off. Just shoot it!
Just shoot it.
Ew. It's not even that hurt. It's fine.
Which is funny, because I thought you had a feat to unlock.
We swapped that out because I wasn't using it.
What was that?
Blast
Or
lock.
what was the feat?
It allows me to use my attack.
It allows
as a-
what
him
he
to
traded
shoot
for.
the lock.
Locks,
instead of
very
us.
Oh
specifically.
god.
We swapped it
yes,
out.
the one niche. We finally found it, and there
We
it went.
swapped it out for fake out, which has
Yes, I was
also
gonna
been
say, we
super
swapped the fake
useful.
out, which has been
Give me a
consistently
damage
really
roll,
good.
Wesk.
That's fair.
You fire, and it's on the last legs. One more good hit will pop this 4th manacle off them.
I still have one more action. You said no MAP, right? You're just looking for 20s?
Yep. That's a hit. Roll it.
Very well.
Clang. Kukri bounces off of it harmlessly.
Need
Reflex
2 more.
save.
We've been winning that.
We sure have. 4 more points of void damage come siphoning out of you. Ziri,
Yes.
you swung at this thing, and it does not like that. That is a critical hit on you.
Oh my god.
So you're going to take 20 points of damage as this thing begins to focus its attention that it used to ravage Wesk earlier onto you, and you feel your soul being siphoned from your body rapidly. It's getting hard to stand almost immediately. Sazan, you're up. Ziri, you are struggling right now under the full brunt of this thing's attack.
Fine, I'm fine.
You were pretty confident that your Garden of Healing could offset whatever this necrotic beam was, but under a direct assault on top of it, no.
Ziri, get out of there. I attempt to get the Fane's attention by firing at it 3 times with the lawn arrow repeater.
Give me that attack rolls. Click.
I was really hoping for the 20 there.
All 3 of those were critical misses, Sazan. As you fire and your bullet passes through it harmlessly. Fire again, harmlessly passes through it. Fire again, harmlessly passes through it. Give me a luck roll, Sazan. Very well. Gideon, you're up.
Alright.
It's make or break.
It's break.
It sure is, bud. The last manacle pops off of him as his appendages now lie free. He still looks exhausted.
Grab and go.
I am going to take him onto my back.
Very well. That's going to be an additional, I believe, 4 bulk. You are now encumbered.
4 bulk. Crap, I only counted for 3. Oh well, too late to move stuff around now. What are the penalties for encumbrance in 2E again? Oh, I could just read. Clumsy 1, 10-foot penalty to speed.
You have a move speed of 15 feet right now, I believe.
Oh right, because I'm not wearing the heavy armor, so that actually helps.
I thought that's why you took it off.
It was, but I was hoping to not be encumbered at all, because then I could have gotten out here in 1 turn, but I guess actually I can make it.
Alright.
Can I, at least, if he's not on top of me, can I push him towards the door?
Sure. You can reposition.
Great.
He allows you to reposition.
Fantastic. So that's 1, 2.
That's 1 to swing, 1 to pick him up, 3, and then I will let you drop him as a free action.
Sounds good.
Ziri?
Siri, get the hell out.
Am I able to pick up Wesk? Yeah, I've picked him up before, right?
Sure.
I'm
say,
scooping Wesk.
Honey? You just get encumbered by a lantern.
I don't
pick up the lizard.
care. I'm scooping the lizard.
Very well. Ziri, you are encumbered.
Scooping the lizard.
I can run my. Why does everyone
I'm
resort to
running.
Very well. You have
It's
a
very
speed
in character for
of
Wes going around.
25. It's also in character for Ziri.
Yes.
What's 25? I wasn't measuring.
Oh, if you use both of your
On
actions.
Gideon's space. So
Alright.
you would have to stop here.
She has another action.
Correct.
Yeah, you can just
Keep going.
That
Yeah.
other action's gonna be this.
You know you can move through allies, right?
But she can't stop on allies.
Oh yeah, I guess because she's encumbered, she can only. Okay. Yeah.
Where is West? There he is. Alright.
Well, I guess.
Everyone heals for 7 points around Ziri. I believe that's 1 to scoop, 1 to stride, 1 to pulse. Wesk, you're up as you are being drug out of the room.
Complete the chain.
I can't. You think
I
you
got
can carry
exactly what I was getting.
any single one of you? No, my trying to think here. I am
Let's hear it.
going
40 seconds.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. In that case, with my first action, I'm going to try and push. Only moves 5 feet. No, I can't push Ziri through. In that case, I know I have the buff. I'm going to keep myself interposed between Ziri and allow her to keep dragging me out after.
Alright. Ziri scoops you up, and at first you protest before you realize you can make yourself useful here. You whirl around in her arms and throw your arms wide open, trying to make yourself into a tiny kobold shield.
Aww.
That's the end of your turn.
Yeah, nothing more I can do.
Very well. It descends upon you.
I mean, personally, I would have reloaded, but
What's your spell? Oh.
There was so much malice in that fucking off.
You watch, Suzanne, as this creature lunges for Wesk on his way out, throwing his arms open. For the briefest second, an incorporeal hand interposes itself, and it stops in its tracks.
Huh. I didn't think that would work.
apparently I'm gonna have to start paying more attention to some of the gods around here, because Jesus.
No, that's not in. We don't do that one.
You're right. Gods above.
Okay, do I know how far the thing tends to chase prey? Is this something that would likely chase us?
Yes. You would also know it is not fully incorporeal. It cannot pass through walls.
Shut him out.
Yeah. I'll move backwards. Get that door closed. Whatever you do, don't let that thing through.
Sazan, can you
Take him.
I started here. Can I drag the dwarf with me?
Sure. Zahn, you are now encumbered.
I still have a movement speed of what? 10? 15?
15.
Yeah,
So you
taking
can
this
10
dwarf
good
back
enough.
here.
Actually, Cezanne, you are not encumbered. You have just
He's the only one who does that much.
very well.
That's probably
Cezanne, you
space
grapple
regardless.
the dwarf past the zombie owlbear.
Maybe we should give Cezanne the bag of holding. Clearly, he's not struggling.
End of your turn.
Yeah, I don't see much else I can do here.
Gideon,
All right,
complete the chain.
complete the chain. For one action, can I reposition Ziri behind me? I
will
don't
need
know
an
if going through
athletics
me.
check, even if they allow it, because that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, all right.
I will set the DC to 24.
Done.
Done indeed. Ziri Wesk, you are jerked off of your feet. And tossed almost in a suplex position into the next
Like,
room
no, that's
over.
the same way I went. Just Gideon on his back, rolling, pulling them both. And with that, I shut the damn door.
Very well. Well,
Wow.
with that, we're gonna wrap it up.
All right. Just so it's not forgotten, I am going to pick my grappling gun back up.
Very well.
I'm
Go
also
ahead and
gonna
do all
pick up
your
my-
bookkeeping now.
Yes.
Put your armor on.
Yep.
Don't be like Wes.
I will not forget to wear it. I'm also gonna remove the pick and get back to the sword.
Ziri, do you drop Wesk?
No, I place him down nicely.
Very well. Wesk, do you release yourself from being Ziri's bodyguard shield?
We're going to have a talk about how this entire group has decided that the best way to move the kobold around is by taking it upon themselves.
Look, you should see the treatment the halflings get. You're lucky you're not a cannon. Ball.
Very well. As the dwarf sputters and coughs, not yet able to speak, it seems. But regardless, you have now wrestled some dwarf out of the central pit of a negative energy plane beam in the central pit of the gauntlet.
I asked for last bookkeeping thing.
The what?
Last bookkeeping thing.
What about it?
Since we're definitely gonna forget this, can we roll out the rest of Ziri's Garden of Healing?
I believe you have 21d4 left, Ziri.
I'm just gonna full heal if that's
Did
all
you
the
say
same
20?
to you. 21.
21d4.
Love that for her. Good for her.
Oops. Guess that is Gex. Does that matter?
No, it does not.
Okay. Excellent.
Numbers are the same.
Um,
Yeah, alright.
that's... I have so many things. Help me. God.
Very well. Any last thoughts, any last actions before we wrap it up for the night?
Nothing for me.
do it again next Monday.
Yep.
We
Still gotta
still
extend
have
the rescue mission.
long to go.
This took a turn.
This did take a turn.
What else did I expect from D&D?
I don't know what you expect from D&D, but what do you expect from Pathfinder?
Same bat time, same bat channel next week.
Looking forward to it.